there any follow-up with this guy?
You're back! Any luck finding what we need for the Terra Ray grounder?
Nope. That's it for now. What is stealing anyway? You'd think whenever I'm in a building that would be stealing. Somebody's place. It's barred. That means I can get on the other side of that. That means I can get on the other side of that.
Administrator Ludovico can seem intimidating, but he's a decent fellow. I know he cares.
Spork and forks. Is that one of the parts? Because that's some nonsense.
Greeting protocols initiating. Greeting protocols cancelled.
Okay.
Phaeton cannot extend pre-programmed pleasantries at this time. Error. Phaeton requires an attitude adjustment.
You mean your gyroscopic axis is misaligned?
Affirmative.
Literal. Well, not literal. Well, yes, literal, but not the attitude that people usually mean when they say attitude adjustment. That's very, very bad. Have you not crashed?
Gyroscopic misalignment creates an increasing likelihood of a critical flight path error. Possible outcomes include steering the Eridanos atmospheric complex into a storm, resulting in the destruction of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Steering the Eridanos atmospheric complex into a lower altitude, resulting in the extreme compression of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Steering the Eridanos atmospheric complex into a higher altitude, resulting in engine failure, followed by a rapid descent into a lower altitude, and the destruction of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Each of these outcomes represents an unacceptable violation of Rizzo's productivity standards for the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Clarification of clarification. Phaeton must be realigned with the ship's internal gyroscope in order to calculate a flight path with an acceptably low margin of error.
I get the point. How do I fix this?
To achieve attitude adjustment, acquire the gyroscopic alignment key, or GAC, and convey it to the gyroscope management terminal in engineering. Utilize the GAC to interface with the gyroscope management terminal and execute the gyroscopic axial realignment procedure. This will achieve an attitude adjustment.
Wait, you're telling me all I have to do is get a key and press a button on a terminal?
Affirmative.
And no one else has done this yet?
Captain Mabel Thompson is scheduled to perform routine realignment. Error. Captain Mabel Thompson is overdue to perform routine realignment.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Where's Captain Thompson?
Error. Phaeton cannot determine the whereabouts of Captain Mabel Thompson without gyroscopic realignment.
Is she really the only person who can do this?
Reassigning gyroscopic realignment to the nearest available human. Reassignment complete. Rizzo's thanks you in advance for your assistance. Please note that Rizzo's does not pay for uncontracted labor, but a member of HR will issue a favorable remark on your permanent record. Access to engineering levels granted.
Can I go downstairs now? Is that the implication? What the fuck is going on with this place? This is distressing. Guys, do you even know?
My last quarterly review said I had an attitude problem. Morale improvement program fixed me right up.
I think the attitude problem was the fact that the whole thing's gonna crash. Was the other kind of attitude, common mistake. I cannot stress enough how the murder mystery is the least important thing happening on this planet, but it's the only thing I can talk to anyone about, which is, like, some weird... It's a weird headspace to be in. Like, the entire colony is being taken over by brain slugs that are murdering everybody, and, like, there's several other... There's many, many, many other dead people that are just less famous, and now apparently the entire thing is gonna crash into the planet and we're all gonna die. But all I can talk to anyone about is how a celebrity died. Is this Twitter? What the fuck?
Every law-forsaken sign in the building.
Some of us enjoy learning things.
Oh, yeah? And what did you learn about Rizzo's armor 2 hours ago?
It's not about memorizing, it's about absorbing. Okay?
Let's absorb the one that says, exit.
I mean, yeah, people just forget stuff, even if you are interested in whatnot. It's not, I mean, people cannot accurately describe a movie they just watched in its entirety.
Stop.
You'll find mistakes.
That wasn't me.
That is definitely the shape of your nose.
I didn't mean to. Hush. You'll get me in trouble.
But, like, you complaining that there's labels in the museum? What do you want this room to be? The purple berry puzzle. Is this a... Wait, is this a... It doesn't even look like it. This is an exhibit of the puzzle hedges, which is just, like, over there a bit. But with that, doesn't look like it at all. Can you imagine life without the purple berry bunch, purple berry crunch, purple berry fizzy tea, purple berry juice, purple berry liqueur, purple berry lunch, purple berry munch, purple berry punch, or purple berry wine? We sure can't, because we would be dead, because that's what happens to people that fail in a company in this game. That's why the hardworking brand managers of Rizzo's developed the Purple Berry, an irresistible fruit with more sugar and less fiber than anything you'll find in nature. Those are both bad. Want to book a tour for Purple Berry Orchards and treat yourself to Rizzo's Purple Berry product today? You deserve it.
Is that a
Retired fertilizer automech? I'm sorry. How fucking tall was that guy? What is he, like the Doomslayer? With over 30 articulated joints and reinforced plating in purple berry, pink, and nano blue, Rizzo's guards enjoyed the most fashionable armors in all of Halcyon. These brave troops show their corporate pride, whether they're battling dissidents, guarding factories, or simply giving our workers a friendly pep talk. Raise a glass of lemon slap to show your support for the corporate soldiers to protect us all. I mean, they mostly just look like Ashley from Mass Effect. When they're like, I'm the girl, so I wear white and pink armor until you change me 2 seconds later, and now Caden's wearing it. Oops. Tossball stick was used by none other than Bertie Black Hole Holcomb during the prehistoric match between Rizzo's Rangers and the Happy Dale Farmers, where Bertie's triple tackle of rival hacker Claude the Bull Payne set the record for most simultaneous rule violations. Champions like Bertie stay energized with Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. Munch, 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 punch, funch, bunch, lunch. Be like Bertie. Enjoy the favorite Rizzo's product today. Surprisingly, the way to go continue is to go upstairs. Because I think we did take an elevator to get in here. No? No, I think they're pointing me... That's the exit. Okay. That's a lot to unpack. Okay, I'm all turned around because you go upstairs to go downstairs to go downstairs to go upstairs. Whoop! Ow! Injury in a museum. How embarrassing. I got another one of the thingy things, I think.
You're back. Any luck?
Yep, here's what I found.
Thanks. I'll start working these things into my machine. Come back when you found the rest, and we can get to terror ray burning.
One of the things you needed was like 5 feet away. There's something wrong with NPCs in video games. But I won't say what. Alright, so does this... Let's see. This is just listed as a faction quest. I feel like it's a bit more important than that. Just a wee bit more important. You know? Yeah? Anyone helping me on this one? Okay, fine. How many bad boys are we gonna fight in here today? Friend. Lead me to the villains. There it is. You just know there's gonna be something bad in here. It's a classic Bioshock window. Look at it go. What am I playing? Dead Space? They got those Bioshock preview windows that hint at the thing before it can get to you.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Oh, you guys again. Oops, he exploded.
Don't mess with us.
You got him? Proud of you. Well, it's just sitting on a chair. That's a hell of a start to this. This poor horse computer is the only one that knows what's really going on around here. Don't worry, horse computer. I've got your back. Even if no one else does. So many of the things that I use to open the door. This is why I never lose out, so I never care about spending them when I get the option. Like, if you open something that requires things to open it, the other side probably has more than you spent. It's pretty common. Hello, are you the one that was supposed to be doing something about this? I guess you're in a bit of a sitch. So, like, I get it, but also maybe risk yourself a little bit more, because you will die with everybody else.
You there. By the law, you seem to have your wits about you. I'm saved.
Do you want to let her down, or should I?
I mean, what are you doing here?
I'm realigning Phaeton.
You what? But I'm the captain. The gyroscopic realignment procedure is my job.
And how's that going for you?
Look, you don't understand. It's not safe out there.
I do.
The only people I've seen down here tried to kill me. The automechs are shooting anything that moves. And then there's the canids.
Why the fuck are there canids here? Like, you guys are introducing the wildlife we're fighting. Like, it's not native to, artificial floating colony rock or whatever the fuck this place is called. You could even call it. It's not even, I can't even call this a new planet. Like, I know we have a bad case of the same enemies being on every single planet, but, like, we're going to increasingly artificial places. Like, I kind of joked about it last DLC in response to the main game's, like, asteroid level, where it should have been completely uninhabited, but it had, like, oh wow, escaped circus monkeys, and you gotta fight those now. But, like, you guys keep creating the villains, sometimes more literally, in that you drug the people until they become villains, but also you keep bringing the wildlife I'm fighting too. Like, it's not here. It doesn't just pop out of the ground. It's not like, it's not, and then it can't just, like, they're not invasive the way that sprats are. Like, they can't sneak on board. You're doing this. I've dealt with canids before.
Not like these.
Yes, I have.
Rizzo's was feeding them Spectrum or something. I don't know. But whatever it is, they got mean. And big.
Bigger and meaner just means more bullets.
Crashing into a storm, succumbing to crushing atmospheric pressure. Those are later problems.
I've already fought the ones that shoot, like, racially insensitive mouth lasers last expansion. I don't think they're gonna be that new this one. Captain, I'm going. Are you gonna help me or not?
No need to trouble yourself. I'll handle the realignment. Later. Soon, even. I'm just not ready yet.
Please, Captain Thompson.
What would a ship be without its captain? No, I can't risk it. I've got to stay put. I'll go when I'm ready.
Okay. You're gonna go down with the ship. Well, you're not, because I'm gonna save you, but I'm gonna be annoyed when I do it. But that's just the usual thing. That's what this world does to me. Hi.
Your best shot.
Oh, you pivoted your little weak spot away from me. Rude.
Nice one.
I was all lining that shot up and everything.
Here we go.
Anybody else? Just come on down here, fight my dudes for me. I'm gonna go look around and get loot while you guys do the gameplay.
Don't mess with us.
They sound like they're having fun. You guys get them? I just turned into a mob boss at some point. Let men take care of everything. Well, I'm just like, what's in this box over here? Oh. Ooh. Can you guys kill everything in the room the first time? I'm gonna deduct this from your record or whatever the fuck. Authoritative words. That's a lot of auto mechanicals. Why do you guys need so many auto mechanicals? I'm supposed to be concerned about how many I broke upstairs? There's a fucking army down here. Guys, you didn't kill them all yet. What do I pay you for? I don't pay you. I won't pay you. Especially if you keep not doing a good job with this. I'm just gonna ignore the mechanicals and explore for a bit. I tagged them, so they're gonna fight. There you go. You guys best get busy fighting. Oops, pressed the wrong button. That one's Ballard. Guys, stop dying to acid. You're supposed to win. Here, I'll press the you win button. Why do you need permission to do this? Yes, you're allowed to fight. Good job. You guys did it. I think that's the computer. It's a big boy. Hey, big boy. Raw! Good effort. I like how most of her attacks are from behind a wall. They seem to work, so I guess I'll take it. Ow. I think you just killed her. Oh, your face is off. Your face looks like a shoe now. I guess I did that. Oh, it had Adrena time. Now we know who to blame. And my leg's borked. Is this Ballard? Oh, use the key. Do I want to take that? What's over here? The beginning? Nope. Oh, these are hosts. So that means they got worms in them. They got little snaky worms. Oh, you had a bad time, and that's the original window. So that's where we started. View recent requisition requests. Spectrum Brown, 20 units for Fields J. Comment: time to celebrate all our hard work this quarter. Fulfilled. Sodium Vapor Lamp, 3 units, Vargas L. Please, I've been trying to make repairs in the duct work for a week, but I can't see a damn thing. I got lost for 16 hours last time I went in, and I'm starting to see things in the dark. Pending. Someone's gonna have a fun House of Leaves adventure. Quartz vacuum tube, 1, anonymous. One of the tubes in the breaker room mysteriously shattered, need to replace. Fulfilled. Tossball, 5, Fields J. The team needs to blow off some steam. A little rec time would do wonders for morale. Knee guards, Vargas L. I'm crawling around in the guts of this place all day and my knees are all but shattered. Pending. Fuck you, Vargas. They hate Vargas. Everyone is like having a fun time with dumb bullshit and they're like, yeah, sure, knock yourself out, fam. And Vargas is like physically dying in the vents and they're like, do it. Earn your place. And now I'm back here.
I'll leave when I'm good. I'm just...
Do I just take the other elevator? Or is that I needed to get the key and now I go back up to the original computer? Oh yeah, we're going deeper, okay. Turns out a GAC's a lot easier to get than a GAC. I'm sure this name isn't related at all. Nope, I saw a thing walking around behind that glass. People having bad days. Hello? Kill it. Kill it, 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 kill it. Dead yet? Not really. Is it even hurt yet? Okay, yeah, it's dead. Turns out the really small health bar is actually really hard to read when it's moving. Well, that's not great. That's not great for me. My lackeys, they failed me. Hi. Oh, no! Okay, there you go. Sorry, I'm just built differently, I guess. Alright, well, my leg sucks now. Mainly because it's not there, as you can see. Here we go. Here we go. There you go. Look at it, it's all wobbly! Ah, what a terrifying elevator. Let's get on it. You can trust it. That thing's neat looking. Did I do it? I do it in here, okay. A lot of elevators to get here, seems a little inefficient. Execute gyroscopic axial realignment procedure. We did it. Good job, us. Is this you being more aligned or less aligned? I don't know. It's sure gyroing. You want to trust that? Not much for chatter, huh? Have you guys had a single conversation this entire DLC? My other two people had a lot to talk about last DLC. You guys are just kind of hanging out silently while I solve all of the world's problems, even though this isn't a world. Well, it is a world, but it's not. This isn't a world. It's orbiting a world. They kind of specifically don't want to be on that world. It'll go very poorly for them.
Greeting protocols suspended. Checking for gyroscopic alignment. Gyroscopic alignment confirmed. Rizzo's thanks you for your assistance.
The end. I guess he doesn't have much more to say.
All systems are functional.
Yep. He's just like, yep, things are fine. Oh well. Anyway, bye. I kind of feel like that guy... I feel like the horse should be like... I started that sentence wrong. I feel like if you're playing this DLC, you should just die midway through when you hit a certain part of the main story. Like, the entire place should just crash and everyone should die. And you get a game over. Unless you did that DLC, basically. I mean, unless you did that quest. Like, that'd be a cool detail. Like, you literally just die because you didn't do the realignment thing. So it becomes this, like, other side thing where you becomes this thing where you have to, like, navigate the environment, try to figure out what the fuck happened. Terror ray trap. RE, a bunch of responses. Walt, has the captain even read my proposal yet? I know she's not big on details, so try this next time you talk to her. If I don't stop those terror rays from nesting in the engines, there won't be a gyroscope for her to realign. Yes, I know that's a later problem. Don't mention that part. Good news, the plans are approved and we're sending you the requested materials. You can find your cabling in the terraforming control room. We don't have any special spare screwdrivers, but try some spork forks. The dirtier the better. A little grease actually helps loosen the screws. I don't feel like you're taking this entirely seriously. The Brain Eaters. Something a little funny about how they're clearly copy-pasted from poster to poster. It's definitely the same Halcyon Helen on a variety of posters with no redraw. Oops. Anyone coming after me? That was one of the 5 designated use. This is stealing if you grab it items. Stealing is one of the worst implemented mechanics of this entire game. You're always on somebody else's property. It's a colony. You're almost always in somebody else's house stealing shit. And it's like, oh, that's not stealing. But then randomly, in the middle of an open field, that one's stealing for some reason. Who's stealing from who? Who the fuck knows? It's almost startling whenever the steal mechanic shows up, because you're like, oh fuck, consequences, but for what? And it's because this is all copy-pasted from a game where you were in the Wasteland. And like in the Wasteland, it's just a bunch of bullshit. It's a society that died. You're running around in the ruins of a dead society in the open desert, and you're salvaging bullshit from people that died hundreds of years ago. And like there's only random pockets, there's only little pockets here and there that are like resettled, and like somebody lives there now, and you're actually stealing from that person. And it all contextually makes sense. You're like, oh, I'm in somebody's shop, I can't steal that stuff. Unless I do things. But it's like one of the many things that are copy-pasted from Fallout into this universe. But this universe is not Fallout, and the logic just does not flow, and like just... it doesn't make sense. The stealing mechanic makes no sense. You're always stealing from someone. You're almost never on an abandoned place. It pretty much was just the places outside of... the parts of Emerald Vale outside of the town. Like, that was no longer stealing, because it was abandoned. But most places aren't.
You're back! Any luck finding what we need for the Terra Ray grounder?
Yup.
Excellent! I should finally be able to get this thing working. Here, take this. It's the least I can do for all your help against those leathery abominations. Oh wait, there's one more thing. You don't happen to have a pinwheel, do you?
What do you need a pinwheel for?
It'll help generate electricity as we move through the atmosphere. Plus, all Rizzo's products are supposed to have an element of whimsy.
I can look for one.
Great. I'll give you a nice bonus if you bring one back to me.
I love mandatory whimsy. You know, the death of whimsy. Why are we like this? What is this, the fucking Applebee's planet? Yes, basically. This is brand Twitter. This is Oreos has depression on Twitter of the planet. No. Oh, it's gonna be in the trash area. Oh, I gotta deal with this person. Well, congratulations, you're gonna get one purchase from me, or I'm gonna steal it, who knows. Or it's gonna be right here, and not on that person's store. Ow. Why do I feel weirdly like there's gonna be consequences for doing this? Why is this not stealing? This is somebody's camp with an active fireplace. The other one was just on the ground next to some garbage. That's definitely somebody's active settlement that they're in right now. Like, it's not even, they're not even in the wilderness, so like that's just a weird staycation in the middle of their corporate setting. But that's not stealing? Like, I cannot... Good fucking luck, chat, trying to explain how stealing works in this game and how it makes any sense. This is stealing! But that wasn't... There's no sense to it. And I don't mean like the literal sense, like, oh, they drew a rectangle in the environment and stuff inside the rectangle is stealing. I mean like, lore. And no, fuck lore. I mean like, human... It makes sense for humans in a world that's supposed to be inhabited by humans. It doesn't make sense. It's nuts. It's only here because it's in Fallout.
Any luck finding what we need for the Terra Ray grounder? It sure is. I'll finally be able to give those winged monstrosities what for. Here's your pay for helping me put the finishing touches on this thing.
I'm off.
Thanks again for your help, Inspector.
Would you like to randomly threaten this man? Why, yes, that sounds like a wild, wacky adventure. I love threatening people. Alright, let's pick a new task. The wilderness. Is there anything I can do before I go into the wilderness place? We should try to find Bertie if we can. Bertie? And where the heck is that? Taking a while to load the map here. I wonder why. I feel like I've never seen it take time to load the map before in this game, but it does in this zone. Get stuck in low-res mode.
Incoming!
Okay, things are clearly getting worse. This is just in the main area now. Guys, we need to have a conversation. Your entire settlement is being taken over by worms, and we're still pretending that one celebrity dying was what mattered. Wait, is the spaceport that I came from closed now? Is that the spaceport I came from? I think it is.
Inspector, good to see you. Let me just grant you access and... Welcome to the Piraeus Spaceport.
Okay. Is this where my ship is? I think it is. Is there more than one spaceport? This place isn't very big. I would not expect more spaceports. No, I'm discovering new places. I guess this is a different place? I admittedly did not remember the big bridge.
Eyes up.
Hey, you! We've been looking for you, and by we, I mean Slug. Been real busy sniffing around Eridanos for clues, haven't you, Inspector? See, Sluglight Underground don't like that much.
Sluglight? That's a new one.
Should have kept your nose where it belonged, Inspector. Slug's sick of all your meddling in their affairs. Our affairs, I mean. We're... Draw, you damn breadworm, draw!
Your safety's still on.
What? No, it isn't. Oh, forgot to put the clip in. There we go. Listen, I could still take you. Don't question my competence.
Dilated pupils, rapid breathing. You're high. Hard to turn to Adrena for had to turn to Adrena for courage, huh?
What? No, my head feels great. And once I don't have 6 tongues, I'll tell you what I think of your slander. Now stop moving around so much. Oh, wait. I am high on Adrena time. Maybe this was all a bad idea. Hey, any chance we could reschedule? Yeah, maybe do this whole showdown business, never?
Get out of here.
You don't need to tell us twice. Come on, all. Let's get the hell out of here.
You guys are a disaster. Alright, well that's enough of you and your mess. Yeah, this is a new place. Did one of them just walk over... Was he a random guy that was already walking? I think he was. R... There we go.
You got an appointment?
I don't remember.
Appointment?
Rude. Hello, I need to speak to a Cedric.
Yeah, that's why you're here. Appointment?
Can I make an appointment for right now?
Not entirely out of the question. Convince me.
I don't like that tone. I have merchandising information for Cedric, multi-million bit business.
The boss can always use more bits. All right, I'll give him a call, but I've got my eye on you. Mr. Kincannon, got an appointment here. Says they've got some kind of business proposition for you.
That sounds like our inspector. Please, send him up.
Cedric's like, that sounds like a liar. Wow, that's exactly who I was expecting to see.
Why, if it isn't the inspector, I was hoping you'd swing by.
Here for my alibi, I assume?
I am. Let's hear it.
Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine?
And where would I find Elliot Nasser to verify that?
An excellent question. I had his body dropped off the edge of the land complex. I'm not sure what happened to it from there, scientifically speaking. Maybe it dissolved? Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people.
That's a good line. I like that line. People lie, and I am incriminatingly people. So your alibi is that you were busy murdering someone else.
Which, as I said, you should not trust. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune.
Bet you'd make a killing selling tickets at her funeral.
Why, Inspector, that's terrible. Besides, given how long she was likely to live and continue working, the math doesn't work out. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid.
I take it the guy you tortured wasn't the source of missing cargo then.
Oh, Elliot stole from me, all right. Alas, you're right in that his was a singular isolated incident, and as such, does not resolve a concerning broader trend. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter.
What's the connection to Helen's murder?
I'm not sure. I'm only confident there is one. That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise is an extraordinary coincidence. I'm not a man who believes in happenstance, Inspector. I do not trust it.
Two things can be true. Really, dumb luck's done a lot for me.
Has it? I wonder. How much of your luck has been luck, and how much are you downplaying as chance? Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads, me scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator.
I'll say this once. Whoever's behind this is going to jail, not to you.
You do recall, Inspector, that I'm not to be trusted? But certainly, whatever you say. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking. If she won't cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
They had fun with this guy. Before I get started...
Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
Why does Ludovico hate you so much anyway?
The original incident? Well, I made him an offer he should have refused.
Did you put a severed Raptidon head in his bed?
What? No. Oh, no. Why in the architect's name would you think that? Our combative relationship stems from paperwork, mundanely enough. Rizzo's contracted sublet to construct the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Had Lou wanted Rizzo's to retain full control of Eridanos, he shouldn't have skimmed the revised contract I sent him. Lou's an administrator, for law's sake. I thought he would adore all the fine print I added.
How fine of print are we talking?
Still technically visible to the human eye, but only just. You're quite good at this. It was all perfectly legal, too, which irked Lou to no end. My power grab, as Lou called it, planted the seed of hatred. And Lou, obsessed with what should have been, has made sure to water it daily with his bitterness and anger.
I'm sure all the sniping you do at each other helps.
Oh, I'm not an innocent party here. Please don't think I'm claiming to be. Provoking Lou may be fun, but I do have my reasons. Slug's control of Eridanos is a crucial step in my long-term plans for Sublight. The board needs to see irrefutable proof we are a respectable, legitimate business.
This is the part where you cackle and reveal your evil plan.
Oh, that does sound fun, though. Is securing a board seat for Sublight evil enough? Surely we can at least agree that it's grand. Meanwhile, our dear administrator is still laser-focused on old slights, which can be a nuisance. He's grown increasingly desperate to catch Slug with our hand in the proverbial cookie jar as of late, convinced we're involved in less than legal business opportunities.
Which, of course, you are.
I wish I could wink, but it always looks like I have something caught in my eye.
I would like an explanation for why I was attacked outside.
Bar fight? Drunk Raptidons? Black Hole Birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street. Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing.
I had a run-in with some slug agents.
Sounds as though you've already sorted it out yourself.
How did these thugs get their hands on slug gear?
Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with impressive regularity. Easy enough for someone to nick a few. Now ask yourself this. Why would anyone give thugs slug gear and send them after you?
Clearly, whoever's behind this wants to pit me against Slug.
Right again, Inspector. But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you?
Presumably Ludovico more than anyone, given your work relationship.
You said it, not me. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. Still, I am sorry for the trouble, Inspector. With that matter settled, is there anything else you'd like my assistance with?
It's subtle, but his lines are like mastered differently or something? Like different lines of dialogue sound like they're recorded at different times or edited differently. I have more questions about Helen.
Very well.
Did you have many dealings with Helen?
A few. Helen was strangely curious about the private business operations around Eridanos. She said it was role research, but how much business know-how does one actor truly need for an action picture? I also arranged to have Helen supplied with mag picks, bypass shunts, and other hacking tools. She wanted to buy in bulk.
That didn't strike you as suspicious?
That she bought in bulk? Not particularly. It takes time to learn to use tools like that deftly. I wonder, did she run out of time in the end?
That was a very different performance. That was weird. So, yeah, because it definitely seems like she was actually doing... It seems like Helen was, instead of doing anything for her roles, she was actually infiltrating this place and on some kind of mission of her own. She had her own goal. So I think she was genuinely breaking into this place and finding out what she could about it. If you didn't kill her, any idea who would want her dead?
That is the question, isn't it, Inspector? Tell me, do you really believe Helen's death was a mere crime of passion? Or one of petty career jealousy?
Clearly you don't.
This murder is bigger than Miss Helen's personal life. Bigger than her latest moving picture.
You think she had a powerful enemy?
Indeed. I suspect Helen arrived on Eridanos with grander plans than promoting Spectrum Brown. I knew I was right about you being clever, Inspector. I'm glad. Because whoever did kill Helen is not going to come forward so easily.
People love to call you clever when you agree with them. You know more than you're telling me.
I might. I just might. Your point, Inspector?
You're getting away with less than you think.
Now that is interesting. I suppose we'll see, won't we? Be very careful, Inspector. I'd very much like to see you still around for the grand finale, whenever it comes, whatever shape it takes.
Well, that was overtly threatening. That's all I wanted to know.
One moment, if you please, Inspector. I've answered your questions. I believe it's my turn to ask you a question now. What, or who, made you decide to investigate me?
You're one of Eridanos' major players. It only makes sense.
Understandable. A man of my standing would naturally be tied up in all this, whether he wishes to be or not. Now then, did you need anything else?
Excuse me. Well, he doesn't have a B in his name, and literally no points of data could be red herrings, so that means it's not him. This place is really... This DLC is way bigger than I thought it was. This DLC is way bigger than I thought it was. I mean, we're on track for it to take longer than the first one did, and I actually thought it was inherently going to be more compact and dialogue-focused, and it kind of is the latter, but... Holy crap, it has some square mileage to it, too. I keep being surprised how many islands there are. I started off thinking there was going to be, like, 3. And, this is more than 3. So that's come as a surprise. Dry goods and sundry. Joseph Dempsey.
Hello. Welcome to Eridanos Dry Goods and Sundry, the most standard and unremarkable general store this side of Halcyon. I'm Marketeer Joseph Dempsey, here to make your shopping experience as pleasant and normal as possible.
Standard and unremarkable, you said. Maybe you should invest in an advertising seminar.
Hey, folks take a lot of comfort in knowing their neighborhood general store is unchanging, eternal, like the land beneath their feet or the air in their lungs. Whoops, forgot I ain't supposed to poeticize on work time. The drab nature of our store profits is what I meant. Now, can I sell you anything?
I wish air wouldn't change. This is particularly a planet where air be changing, actually. And that is to be a concern. Armor parts, weapon parts, mag picks, and everything else can just go in the garbage, basically. Bye! That's it for you?
Welcome back.
Yep. What's down here? It's one of those signs that pointed me towards the little holes in the maze before. It's a lower decks, but still exterior spot.
Hey, you! I got something I need to speak with you about.
Mm-hmm. You look like a man with too many opinions.
Hey there. Word around the spaceport is that you came in on the Unreliable. You a new crewmate?
I'm Steve Buckworthy. Sorry to tell you, but Hawthorne's dead. The ship was left to me.
I see. Well, this would have been easier with Hawthorne, but I hope that if you're flying his ship, it means you're a freelancer too. Wonder if you can help me.
I'm listening.
I run an outfit for the moving of less than legal goods. There's a particular piece of cargo needs delivering to a particular individual in the spaceport. Thing is, I don't know where the cargo is right now. The crewmate who handles that is in the clink for getting a little too disorderly in town. We've already attracted too much attention. Too risky to visit her myself. That's where you come in. You help us out, I'll give you an equal cut of our pay.
I'm in. What do you need me to do?
Great to hear. First, you need to go meet the crewmate who got herself jailed. Cassidy Mills is the name. She'll know where the cargo is.
How will she know that I'm working with you?
Oh, yeah, right. We have a secret phrase. I like boneless spratwurst. Say that and she'll know you're a friend.
But I don't like boneless spratwurst.
Look, nobody does. That's why it's a good passphrase.
Why would anyone not like the boneless version? Couldn't you have avoided this if you both knew where the cargo was?
Could, but there'd go our plausible deniability. Technically, I don't know about any smuggled cargo, and Cassidy hasn't moved anything herself. If the constable asks, I can't find any contraband cargo, and Cassidy doesn't know how it got here or what's in it.
All right, I'll get going.
Be seeing ya. Remember, Cassidy's at the constabulary. She might be a little wary, so be careful.
I assume this is a defense against, like, torture or something? Because he's already pretending to not know things he obviously does know, so it's not like he would need to do that at that point. But, they do tend to be persuasive around here.
Haven't seen you around before, but that ain't no problem. All are welcome at the Copper Bottom Cantina, so long as their bits are good, huh? Can I get you something?
How's a fellow like you end up bartending?
Yeah, so you notice that I'm a little off kilter, huh? Damn if it ain't been a while. I'm too old to run around anymore, but in my heyday, I used to play for the Rangers.
Yes, the classic career path, tossball player to bartender.
Hey, when you tell a story, you're supposed to start at the beginning. Unless you're in media res, which is a storytelling crutch far as I'm concerned. Serial overuse. You get it? Wait, what was I saying?
Getting a little fourth Wally over here, huh? You're talking about your younger days as a tossball player.
Oh, yeah. I played for the Rangers in my heyday. My specialty was getting nailed by serves without keeling over.
Getting hit with the ball was a specialty?
Yep. Ernest the Bean Padilla, they called me. At least I think that's what they called me. League leader in hit by serves 2 years in a row. Folks started competing to see how many times they could hit me in a match. Called it quits not long after that. Ain't safe to take that many blows to the head.
Yeah, no. Like you've had multiple references to forgetting things so far. So like his specialty was basically getting fouls? That's basically what we're talking about. I see. So you moved to Eridanos after your playing days ended.
I came out to coach the Rangers during training camp, but after a while I had trouble remembering which player was which. Slug lets me bartend instead of recommending me for early retirement, for which I'm most grateful. I'd hate lying around like a deadbeat.
How's bartending compared to tossball?
Lot less being thrown at my head. Still some, but a lot less. I miss getting to stretch my legs, but that's old age for you. Anyhow, I think I've talked plenty now. Is there something I can get you?
Anything interesting happen around here?
Nah. No, but some folks have been saying there was some kind of fight between a mechanical and some spacers last night. I didn't see it myself, and seems far-fetched. Deputy Wine Taster ain't exactly prone to wandering, nor are most other mechanicals that I'm aware of. There's a new Void Dan burn on my nice clean floor, but I think it's the doing of one of my customers.
Your robot's called Deputy Wine Taster. Where is he? Is that him? Nope, Slug Security. Oh my god, I'll never get over your guys' hats. They are just a lot. The ground woolly. The forever beef. Okay. Ah, it's sealed shut. And I've been up there already? Yep. Alright.
What do you want?
I'll give you 2 guesses. You're Black Hole Birdie, right?
Shh, not so loud.
That was way louder. It was me. Sorry, should I not have?
That's what the disguise is for. I'm in no mood to sign autographs, and I hate disappointing fans. So I'm lying low. You know, incompleto.
That's not what the word is. Incognito.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's kinda neato. Oh, what's the matter? Helen's gone. She's gone and nothing I do will bring her back. I've been trying to find who did this. That's what she would do. Track down the killer and bring them to justice. But I'm stumped. And not very clever. Being bright was always Helen's thing.
I don't need you to be clever, just honest.
That I can do. What do you want to know? So, how do I help?
Oh, that's a mistake. They accidentally had 2 different transitions. What were you doing the night Helen died?
I was getting blotto with the rest of the Rangers.
What?
You know, soaked, muddled, preserved.
Blootered, half shot, void lush, on the Byzantine swizzle, starry. 1 bit down, 3 bits up, spread across the spectrum. Top heavy. Should I go on?
What?
Drunk, Captain.
The team noticed I was in a bad way when I got back to the hotel. When I told them Helen and I were Splitsville, they wanted to cheer me up. We were up the pole afore evening. The hotel staff said we was bothering the other guests on account of all the crying and yelling and practice body tackling. Zeke said we should move elsewhere, get some air.
Where'd you go?
We ended up at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. I think somebody wanted to pet a woolly cow? There was this one cow off away from the others. Zeke figured it'd be a laugh to get her drunk. One thing led to another, and I think we might have maybe, you know, stolen her.
So the woolly cow on the VIP floor was your doing?
Oh, wow. That's real clever of you to figure out. Helen would have liked you, I'd wager. Say, is the cow okay?
You got a woolly cow drunk. Woolly cows are not supposed to get drunk.
It was wrong of us. I hope she doesn't have a hangover or nothing. My memory's a little muddled after that. I guess me and the team got split up, because I know I was on my own at the pilot house for a time.
Could anyone from the pilot house back that up?
I reckon not. See, I went to the weather station. I was looking for where Helen stashed her data pad for safekeeping, right? She'd asked me to get it, mind. I wasn't stealing. I'm no thief.
And did you find it?
Sure did. Only there was a guard out there who found me. She started yelling about how I was trespassing and in serious trouble. Thing is, it was real dark out there. So dark, she couldn't tell who I was.
You sure this guard couldn't ID you?
Real sure. It was dark as night gets. Plus, I've got small veins.
What?
Anyway, I didn't much feel like trying to explain why I was out there, or why I was drunk, and holding someone else's data pad, and also maybe crying a little, so I booked it. Ran like the Rangers were down by 3, and I just bronzed the toss ball in the Friday zone.
I've got small veins. Did anyone else see you that night? Think hard. Anyone, anywhere else?
Yeah, I mean, no. Nope. No one else.
Birdie, come on, man. Who was it?
I don't want to tell you. I'll get in trouble.
You're in trouble already. Not having a witness puts you in much bigger trouble.
Look, I talked to Auric, okay? Auric West. Hangs out around the spaceport. He's the one who taught me the breathing exercises I use to calm down.
Your bookie? Murderous confidant? Secret paramour with whom you're having a torrid affair?
Confidant is like confidence. What's torrid mean?
Who's Auric, Birdie?
Don't get the wrong idea, okay? Auric's not a bad guy. He's just got an unusual job. So now you have the whole story. After I talked to Auric, I went back to the hotel. Woke up the next morning with Helen's data pad in my hand and the hangover to end all hangovers. Don't know if I'll ever drink again.
Any advice for next time, ladies?
Sure. Get yourself a bit of taro blood, whisk it in a bowl with an egg and crushed caffeinoid, hold your nose and drink it straight.
A shot of Spectrum mixed in a Gigantor energy drink first thing in the morning. Works like a charm.
Oof, thanks, but I think I'll stick to, not that. Anyway, you ought to take Helen's datapad. Maybe you'll have better luck understanding her notes. Either she was writing in code or I'm dumber than a bag of hammers. I tried for hours to crack her notes, but it's like I said, being bright was Helen's thing.
I had the two perfect characters for that response. An alcoholic and a doctor. There's a gap in your timeline, Birdie. I'm not sure a blackout will cut it.
I know that. But you gotta believe me. I would never hurt Helen, no matter how drunk I was. You could preserve me in Spectrum Brown and I wouldn't even look at her funny. I want to help you find her killer, Inspector. I knew Helen better than anybody. And it could be handy to have a guy like me around, in case anybody gives you trouble.
Start threatening witnesses and I'll throw you in jail myself.
I'm not threatening nobody. Gee, try to help someone out. I'll head back to the Grand Colonial then. Unless you need me for anything else.
I have a few more questions.
What do you want to know?
About Helen.
What about her?
What was your relationship with her like?
Look. You and me, we both know I'm a big, dumb tossball star, right? That's what I'm good at. Rizzo's knows it. The fans know it. Helen, she saw me as more than that. She saw someone who had more to offer than big muscles and a signature black hole stomp. Being with Helen was magic. She was magic. There ain't good enough words for something as special as what we had together.
Why'd you break up?
I wish I knew. Must have been something I did. At the picnic, Helen just kept saying she didn't want to drag me into her world. Maybe one of the higher-ups in motion pictures was giving her trouble over us? I don't know. I tried to understand, but I don't.
Did she have any enemies?
Rival actresses, maybe? I don't know too much about the motion picture industry. Except for Helen's pictures, obviously. Those I probably know by heart. Seen them about 100 times each. What do you want to know?
About Auric West.
Yeah?
What's his deal?
Auric's a businessman. He sells stuff you can't get elsewhere. You know, alternative stuff. We're talking sort of science, crockery, whole supplements.
Whole supplements? And why would someone buy whole supplements?
Maybe putting effort accelerators in your body isn't always the right call, you know? Maybe there are other options. Maybe I don't take all the accelerators Rizzo's pushes on me.
Maybe I should forget that last one so you don't get in trouble with Rizzo's.
Oh, yeah. I'd appreciate that. Yeah?
Where can I find him?
Oric hangs around the spaceport most days. Since he's not here at the bar, he's most likely over by the buy-up bunks at the shipping yard.
Why'd you have the mascot pull that little stunt over the recording in Helen's room?
I remember sending her the recording, but... Law, I was halfway to preserved by then. I don't know what was on it. When I realized what I'd done, I panicked. If I'd said something dumb, folks might think I was involved in her death. I was scared of looking suspicious.
I found the recording. There's nothing incriminating on it.
You listened to it? What'd I say to Helen? Did I sound drunk?
Extremely.
Oh, law. I hope Helen didn't listen to it. I don't want that to be the last time she heard my voice.
What's it like being a famous tossball player?
Tossball was, is, and always will be the greatest game in the universe. And I would give it up in a heartbeat to have Helen back.
That's enough for now. The greatest game in the universe. Excuse me? I guess this is a game dunking on itself.